Hey guys, welcome to the stream. It's day 98. Oh, the days are passing quickly. We basically just opened our project and we are kind of thinking of things to add to the system. Okay? Now, what we've got to do here is I think we're going to have to do some tidying up of things, right? That's item types. Okay. Now this table here is the one that stores the master records. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that and take it from there basically. Right. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to see if we have a fish. Apparently we do. It's not in... Oh, it is actually. Now, I'm not entirely convinced with that fish. Let's see what we've got. We've got the primitive fishing, spearfishing, fishies. Right, that's basically animations. And that's animations. And that's a fish. It's not the best fish in the world. And it actually doesn't have any kind of doesn't really have any kind of stuff added to it. Okay, so let's forget the fish for now, because we have props. We don't even have really and it appears to me that these are pretty much all just basic, very basic stuff. Right, which is fine. We can't get upset about that. But the thing is, what do we have? right? And it's going to be in here under categorized, right? So we've got mugs, tankards, cups, that's okay, right? So we've got the two, we've got the fires. Now what we got in the way of food? Bread, fish, sausages, skewers, nothing really great. Got a crap ton of shields. Storage. Right. Weapons. We've got swords and all that stuff there. Got medieval bows, right, and these are the arrowheads and these are the bows. And that's quivers. Ruchnista. Right, so that's basically the base for the crossbow. This is decals. Okay. So what's in here? Nothing really. Okay. And we've got basically some stone and stuff. Doors. Some ropes, pillars. Stairs and stuff. Right, we've got the Viking environment. Those are kind of houses on their own. We've got buckets, fireplace, a forge, shields, table, right, so we've not really got anything useful here at the moment. Right, and these are all just parts of houses. Some bolts, axes. What I'm actually looking for here is like a table. That can be used for as like a crafting table. Possibly, but not the greatest. Got props, meshes, and we've not got an awful lot here either, to be fair. We have got a torch. Right. I don't know what's in here. Not a lot, to be fair. Got the house, so that's just part of the house. Piles. Okay, that's just like rock piles and snow piles. Alright. What we got in here? Again, nothing really great. Is there anything in here? Yeah, that's modern, so that's not going to be any good. That's not going to be any good to us either. What's in here? Oh, there's an inventory slot. That might have been interesting. Except it's not. Okay, so we're kind of struggling here. Now I'm kind of wondering what I've got. In my library. Now I think and let's see what we've got. This is a test for the okay, back. That's not very useful for us, I'm afraid. Right. What else have we got is the question. What's this? Hi, Sean Uzumaki. How are you doing? Well, that's not going to be very good for us. I don't think I've actually got anything that's going to be. What do I need exactly? The funny thing is, I don't know. I don't know what I need. I don't think I'm going to know until I see it. I'm good, Sean. Thank you very much. Hope you are well too. I'm just looking through these in the vain hope that I'll find something that exactly I need. What am I building? I'm not really building anything per se. See, that's too fantasy. That's too fantasy. No, you see, if I wanted a crossbow, I've actually got a crossbow, and well, I've got two choices for the crossbow, in actual fact. It's more like this one. Right. So I think this is already here. I think we're already using this to a degree. So we're not going to worry about that one. Right. See, a lot of these where it says like modular house, right? It will just be the house, it won't be the interior, and it's stuff in the interior. I need like props. Like, for example, I need a fish. Right? Now, I do have a fish, but number one, it isn't textured. And I'm pretty crap at texturing stuff and modelling stuff as well, come to think of it, right? Now, I do have a fishy thing. I do have a fishy thing, but the problem with the fishy thing is I think it's kind of stylized. Right? Undead pack. Right. See, we have this one. Right. We have this one here. That's not the one I was wanting to see. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, this one. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to look at it. See, we could use some of these. except they're a bit too real. Right, having a corner shop in the 16th century, a corner shop bakery, isn't really keeping in the theme of the game. Although some of these would be okay for any, you know, a baguette wouldn't be such a bad thing. Right, wait a minute. Now, we did have a fishy thing. Right, we'll type in fish. Right, here it's here, the animated pond fish, right? Now, it depends on how real looking these fish are. And someone tells me, actually, they're not too bad. But you wouldn't really fish for them. And I mean, you could kinda use them, ish. Kinda, maybe. I think I'm flapping in the dark here. Right. I mean, what I could do is just add, right? Item name. Fish. Right, and that's going to be a food. Weight at 0.1. And we probably don't have, well, we could have a mesh for this. That's not really right, but anyway. Oh, what's that? That would suggest that that fish does have a thing. Right? So that's in there. What's it doing in there? So that would mean there's a fish in here. No, that would mean that it's... Ah, right. I'm guessing. I'm guessing here. There's some weird... fish. Right, okay. Well, that's interesting. GPU sprites. That's bubbles and stuff. What if I tried to convert that? Right. I'm just wondering what's going to happen if I actually open this up. It seems fairly happy about it. Oh, it doesn't like that. Okay, it does. These are just deprecated. Right, so I'm guessing this is the same thing. Right, and that's them all converted. So they're all converted. Is it going to actually compile? And if it does, what's it going to give us? Flies. Bubbles. Right, so that is fish. Right, is this going to compile or is it just going to sit here and look at me forever? I suppose it's down to 119. $109. Yeah, Lucid Dreams actually have a couple of crossbows. I actually made a crossbow in Blender. Let me have a look. That's not what we want to do. Well, that's compiling. Alright, let me... have a look here. Yeah, that's a crossbow I made in Blender. So I have got one if I wanted to use it. Right. Not very good. Usually doing anything like that takes me forever. So it's not the greatest of ideas to get me to right, so our fishies are kind of going in the wrong direction, but you get the idea that these are fishies going round. And they should really just be orbiting. So that would really be a different... Hi, Cat of Caesar. Yeah, if I'm really pushed to do some blendery stuff I can, but it just takes me like a long time. I'll let you guys see some of the things I've made in Blender. Right, what we got? I don't want to bring up the wrong thing when it's something that's rubbish. Right, what we got? Axe. So there's an axe. Right? Blender axe. There's like the... I need to bring some of these into the game actually. I was really wanting there was one thing. I wanted... I can't remember where it is. Yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted to bring in... I wanted at least one thing in the game that I actually modelled and textured, right? So I was going to be quite happy if I just had this crate in the game. Right, because that would actually kind of fit. Most of the other stuff wouldn't, because it's too... And there's a sword I made. And there's a dagger I did. Which, and that's what it's based on, right? And that's the sword again at a really weird angle, but yeah, quite proud of that one. But as I said, I've not really got an awful lot that I can use. And although this can't go in the game for obvious reasons, this is about the one I'm most proud of, because I went for photorealistic, right? Oops. Right, so although it's a fairly simple model, it was going for photorealistic in the way that it's marked and everything. But yeah, that's some of the stuff I've done. And if you want something really off the wall, then I made this Tesla tower. And it's actually split up so that you can use it in Unreal Engine. These spin around and you can set the speeds, and then there's like particles go up and down here, and then the rings spin and blah blah blah, which is pretty cool. But again, not much use for it in this. But yeah, that's me went off on a tangent again. Right, so where were we? Can't remember. anything you guys want to see how to do or anything like that. And don't ask me to do something in Blender, because I can't remember how to do anything. And Sean, if there's anything that you want to know about, let me know. What we were doing yesterday, what we were doing was we were checking on. Oh yeah. We were mucking around with our fire, right? So I was converting the Cascade fire into Niagara. Right? Because the Niagara fire, well, there's two reasons actually, right? The Cascade system, which is fine and it works, right? But you'll see, I've switched all them off. Right, so that's the Cascade fire, right? But we did the converted one, right? And it's not well, what's this one? Let's have a look at this one. Okay, let's not have a look at that one. Don't know if you get the same thing, but a lot of the time when I either work with materials or particle systems, that's when it seems to crash. Don't know why. Don't know how. Let's see how bad a crash it was. Not very. Right. Browse to that. Now I'm afraid to open this again, but we're going to try it. If it crashes, we'll forget that idea. Well, that's great. Right, I guess we won't be opening that one. It does not like Fire 13 converted. Or maybe it just doesn't like it when that other one's open. Maybe it doesn't like... Well, but it worked yesterday. Right, you'll notice these are all switched off again. It does kinda... Is that fire top? Right. Browse to that, right? Now it better not crash here. Right, and here is my version, or at least the thingy version. Right, now the reason that we're going to go with one of these is it doesn't give out light. Right, even though it's got it in the actual Cascade, it says it's got a light component, but it doesn't actually do anything. Hi Chady on Fire, how you doing? First time here. Hopefully not the last. Trinta o algo. Too bad. Adios. So this is our thing here, right? Now, the thing about it is, we want it to actually give us light. And that's actually quite easy to do in Niagara. Right? Now, this directional burst, can we rename this? We can probably rename this. Right? Flames. Right? Now, if you want to give it light, you basically add a light renderer. Right? And then what you can do is you can basically get a colour. Now what that colour is, I don't know. It's a kind of yellowy, orangey type of light. What we'd probably need to do is get something with a colour and then get the X, Y and Z. Right, but let's say we want a scale of 10. And we can have any colour we want. So if that was red, right, so what we could do is actually put this in the house. Right, and it should give off light. Right. So it just stops it, doesn't it? Right, so if we press play, right, and we go and get the key, that should have been given off light. Right? Now, the question is it? Is it giving out light? Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to try and find this light. Right, there's the fire. Now that doesn't look to me like it's giving out light. Don't know why. Right, let's say 100. Let's say 0. Right. It's light enabled, light radius, compile. Right, that should be giving out light. But it doesn't seem to be. It's always these little niggly things that take you time to sort out. Right, that just doesn't seem to be giving out light. Right, I'm going to try something. Right, we're going to open this. Okay, maybe we're not. Right, that blueprint must have had that other thing in it. Which is a bit of a bummer, but never mind. Right. So we're going to go to the test map first. A lot of bots in today, that's for sure. We've got 1,007 views. By the end of it, it'll probably about 150 once it all sorts itself out. Right. No, it's the actual. You can set up in Niagara for the actual effect to give out light, which is what I'm doing, but it doesn't seem to be doing it. Right now, I have done it before when I had a lit arrow. Right, you could stick a lit arrow on the end of the bow, and it would actually give out light. Okay, so you'll notice here it's got a light renderer, right? Now, you could do it also in here, but I think to test it, right? I believe it's the best way to do this, right? What I'm going to do in the first instance is I'm going to delete that. Don't crash. Ah, jeez. Right, I'm just going to leave those two alone for now on. Because I'm kind of sick of crashing. Yeah, the particles should emit light. Okay, as I said, I've got this working before, but it's difficult to see it if it's very light, which was why I was kind of making it a different colour. I was hoping that it would light something, right? But what I'm going to have to do, right, is if I create a blueprint, right, I'll just make an actor. We'll just make it new blueprint 1. Right, now the point being that we just like add a static mesh of a box or something, right, and then we add our Niagara system, right, and in theory our Niagara system should give off light. Now we might need some sort of material on this. Right, but that should definitely be giving off light. I don't understand that. Right, okay. We'll try something, one more thing, right? What I'll do is we shall go to FX. Right. I ignite XO. I'll do next. Okay, and we'll do a fountain, right? and then we'll create a Niagara system with that. Right, and we'll open it up, and this will just be like so we want to do light render. Okay, we'll shut that down. We'll go to our new blueprint 1. We'll stop the simulation. We'll add another Niagara component. Right. Now, the interesting thing is if we put this in here, right, we can press play and that's not going to work. Well, actually it is. We're going to stop that for now, right, and what we'll do is we shall delete that. We shall go to our maps. We'll go to test map. Right. Hi Galaxy Gamer. This game is I would call it a survival thriller. Right, so we're going to go into our house again. Right, we're going to browse to that. Right, and we're going to drag this in. Right. Now, when we go into this house, this should give off light. But then having said that, so should the flames. But the flames aren't. Because it's being a dick. Right, so we take the key, which isn't a key, it's actually a fork, but we'll call it a key. Then we shall open the door, go inside. I don't know if those are giving out light or not. And I don't know why it suddenly becomes light in there either. Right, wait a minute. So, if we go to here, and we've got 0 colour, we'll put a 10 on that. Right, now these should be red. We could hit that. Don't know if that's going to do anything. Right. Well, there shouldn't actually be any wind in the house anyway, but Is it because of that door? See, there's a problem. There's a big sodden door at the side. I've got no idea if those are actually giving out light or not. And I did have this working. Yeah, it should be lighting up like the pillars and the cross beams. Yes, and probably yes. Bit of crafting, bit of RPG, bit of a story, bit of combat, bit of hunting. Like, you hunt things like here. In fact, I'll shoot the bad guy first because you get a better effect. Yeah, I've kind of turned it up to 100 and it still didn't do anything. Right, so you can shoot wildlife. Right, and then if you go up to it, you can skin it, and then once you skin it, it gives you food. Then once you've got food, you can store it. And all sorts of good stuff like that. Right, that's put me off again. Oh, we can't go through there. There's another little mistake. I like how we slide about now. My good friend will hopefully take care of that. Right, so it is a bit darker, right? So let's... See, I'm not convinced those are actually giving me light. Right, let's... No, I don't think that's giving off light. Zorky, I'm going to take your advice, mate. I'm going to turn it up to an unreasonably high amount. I'm going to turn it up to 1,000. Let's go 10. Yeah, but I'm not convinced it's the... I'm not convinced it's the particles that's doing it, Zorky, mate. As I said, I've got this working on another fire thing. It was because when I lit an arrow, you could actually move the arrow next to the wall and the wall would light up. So it definitely does work. That's why I'm kind of... It's like nothing. Oh well, that's no ideal, is it? Is it that? Not good. That is strangely bizarre. I mean, I'm not surprised it doesn't happen in the preview, but there's just no light, is there? Let's face it, there's no light. Now, the strange thing is, I'll show you, right? The best thing here is to show you. Right, if I go into this one, this is the Cascade version, right? Now, you'll notice, this has actually got light. Right, it's got a light thing. So that should be giving off light. Now, here's the thing. If I drag this in, right? Now the question is, does this one give off light? Or is basically light just not working? We're not making very much progress today, it's got to be said. Now, you see, that's not giving off light either. It's nothing to do with, they give out light on a particle basis. It's nothing to do with the material. It's supposed to do it on a per particle basis. That's why I tried it with just a standard fountain emitter, but even that's not actually working. Right, now, let me see if I can find... Right, here you go, right? This is the one, I'm sure this gives off light. There's the light renderer, okay? Right, 110. Yeah, point light will work, but what I want to do is try this one. Yeah, I've put point lights in here before it works. Right, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it should look like, right? Right, here is a Niagara system. Right, and this is just like a small fire. I bet you this doesn't work either. I know it was working because I tested it. Right. Now, right, what we can do here is we can get this and apparently I can't move that within the editor like that, right? I've got a sneaking suspicion like I've not got a post-process volume in here, but in theory that should work. Right, I know that that should work because it was working before when I put when I lit an arrow and moved the arrow next to like a door or something. Now, to me, that seems like it's not working. So I think we don't have a post-process volume or something. A light mass volume. This would be rather embarrassing. Right, I'm guessing that should be. Now, I can only assume that there's something being moved. I've tried point lights in there before, Lucid Dreams, and it was working because it kills performance. Right, but this test map might have changed somehow. And basically nothing was then working. Where did that key go? Well, apparently nothing seems to light anything. I don't know. This all seems rather strange. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll light a sodden fire. Right, I'm going to light a sodden fire, right? And go for a cigarette. And we shall see how it's going when I come back. Right? So, a couple of minutes, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back, and as usual with Unreal Engine. Now, there is something getting lit there, right? I think. You see the light on the edge of the box? That appears to me to be lighting something. I mean, it's not much, but there is a red glow. You see it? You see the red glow here? Right? Can't see a bloody thing. I don't know where I am. Yeah, it's not very much, but it is there, right? It's definitely there. I'm going to add in, I don't even know if there's a post-process volume here. Or if we're missing like a post-process volume or something. We'll just throw them all in. If in doubt, throw everything in. Throw the kitchen sink at it. Right, lighting. Start sodding working. Right, there's definitely light coming off that. Right, see just on the cube. Right, now hand the light becomes light so that we can't see it anymore. Right, but there was definitely light on that. I won't be deterred by the fact that there's light. Right, so we're going to go to fire converted, which is this one, right? Now, I think this needs to be higher. So we're going for 1,000, right? Now, where did the other one go? I did this on the embers, didn't I? Right, okay. So we're going to add it here as well. Things went a bit wonky there. Right. And then we'll do it on fire top, just to be completely bonkers. Right, now these are the same settings that were on that original arrowhead flame. Right. away. This is the usual, guys. You do something like hierarchical instant static meshes, it takes 10 minutes to program it, right? And you think, well, that was a complicated thing. And then you do that in 10 minutes, and then you try to get a bloody light off a particle, and it takes you all bloody day. That is Unreal Engine for you. Right, we're definitely getting light. Not an awful lot of light, but a light none the same. Okay, Lucid, I'm going to go for your thing. Lights. Point light. You see? That works. Perfectly fine. Don't know where it went. Right. There it's there. I should just click on play from here, shouldn't I really? Or I should just open the bloody door. Yeah, there's a lot of things I could do. I could change it to something else. Right, but with those types of settings, right, our point light is definitely working there. I could just give it a different material on the box. Right, that's what we'll do. In fact, what we'll do is just a completely different thing. Right, wooden pillar. Why did it not change the goddamn... pillar? Doesn't really matter, does it? Niagara. Right there, it's right next to it. I'm now going to be stuck. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure if that's having any effect at all, even though it should. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be doing anything, does it? I don't understand it. I don't understand. Because even this should be lighting up that a bit, and it was. Right, there's her point light on her arm. You can clearly see the point light. Hi, M. I think that was one too many M's. But it's kind of at times like that, you go, sod that. Nah, I don't think it's that. I think I'm just missing like something, but I don't know what it is. What we might actually do is a kind of last test, right? Is if we go into our actual main map, right? What I'm working on now. Saw the particles giving off lights, or at the moment we're working on the fact that they're not when they should be, and it's driving me up the wall. Right, we'll load that. Right. So we're in a house. Right, here's a house. So that's not a dark enough house. Yeah, I have created dark light. Okay. So if we play from here, right, we're going to be stuck. Yeah, light that's dark. It's kind of like night in a way. I'm creating night light. Right. So you can see here, there is no light, no nothing. Oh, you know what? No, that's not going to be it. It does say rebuild the lighting, but... And this is because we've changed the weather systems. Yeah, the light's kind of not doing anything. Right, and because we've changed weather systems, basically the weather happens in a house as well, which is awesome. Right, so what we need to do is fire. Right, and edit that. Actually, we want to click on that cascade, edit fire, minimize that, bring in our blueprint, and press play. can you develop a game for me? Sure I can, Majid, no problem. If you don't mind waiting until I'm finished this one, and you can contact me about the pay rate, you know. Right, so we'll play through here. There is light. Look, there is light. Yeah, Discord's in the chat. But I'm not cheap. Well, some people would say I'm cheap, but there is, I don't know. There is light, right? But now all we're getting is, you see, look. There's definitely light. You agree with me, guys? Are you agreeing on that? There is a little bit of light. Yeah, it's snowing inside. We've just changed the weather system. And the weather system now makes it kinda snow inside. No need to. Look, we're having a mare. Okay, we're having a mare. Right. Hang on a second. Right. I'm sure these are also giving off light. Except they're not. Yeah, I know, it is, it's faint, but it's there. Which is really weird. Because it should be at, I don't know, it's weird. It's really weird. Do you think we should press these buttons? And what's this default exponent? How come that one's different? Oh, hang on a second, guys. Somebody at the door. Okay, so there's our light render, there's our light render. We're going to alpha scale that. 111 is basically maybe we should set it to 000. Don't know. Maybe we're making it dark. Right, for those in the chat, I'll be streaming tonight, right? Let me know if you want to have a look at my magnum opus. And over some of the other stuff that I was doing, right? Because I might need a little break from this for the night. So if there's anybody going to be in tonight, let me know. Hi Ace, how you doing? Right, so let's try that. Right. So we'll save that. Fire is disabled. Right, yeah, that's okay. We want fire disabled. Right. I shouldn't have pressed that. What's your computer specs? There's a video on my channel of what my computer specs are. I can't actually remember. It's quite old, but I mean at the time it was powerful. At the time it was very powerful. You've been to Winnipeg. Now I know that's in Canada. Right? I'm lost. Where's the town? Right, the town must be up here. Somewhere. Right, it's in here. Right? So here is where we want to play from. You guys see that? No, maybe not. Maybe not. We've made absolutely zero progress, which is awesome. I don't know if I can see that or not. You know what? I think it's just coming off the embers. What's that? Pretty cool, huh? I don't know what you mean. They'll never put Unreal Engine tools in Fortnite. Ain't gonna happen. Now, I'm convinced there's some light there, but it's not doing very much. Right? I think I'm going to have to have a look into this. Right, we're not really worried about that. Maybe we want that. Oh my god! Ain't gonna happen, bud. Look at that. Right, I guess. Right, see, this is the thing about Unreal Engine, right? When you do this stuff, and one little button fixes bloody everything. Right? And I even think now that scale 100 is way too much. Right? Now the interesting thing now, is look at this. Look at the smoke giving off light. Right? And that's that was the embers giving off light. Okay? Now look, see, the fire's giving off is lighting the smoke. That's what's happening there. Right? I want to play it for here, right? Why is it not letting me play it for here? Right, so it was to do with this use inverse squared fall off, right? It's something to do with this and what it's set at normally, right? You can see now that it's lighting the whole room, but that's actually not right. Okay, now if we use this, then you'll notice that we'll lose all our stuff. Right? Now, I don't know why that's happening. This inverse fall off thing is screwing us, right? Because you'll notice when I do that, we get lose the light, right? When we do that, we don't. Ah, shit. Pressed the wrong button. Right, we got the stairs, past the pillar, over the top, over here, into here. And play from here. Right, so now we're back to getting a little bit, but not a lot. Right, so I'm going to have to check this, guys, on the interwebs and find out what the story is and why this isn't quite working. Right, because you'll notice if I hit this button, we get light and lots of it. Now what it says is, if unchecked, the value from the light exponent binding will be used instead. Right, now the question is, this is the light exponent, but what is it? Right? What is that value? Right, now probably what we have to do is find it in here. And find out what the light exponent value is. And we don't have any of that. Apparently we don't have any of that. So yeah. So I've really got no idea what that value is, or if I need to set it. Yeah, thanks Lucid, sleep well mate, I hope to see you again. Right, I'm going to call it there. So if you've enjoyed the stream and me struggling with particle lighting, then hit like and subscribe. I'll be back in 4 hours time. Check out the description for links to the Discord and my personal Discord, plus something else. Oh yeah, there's Patreon and my previous game on Steam, and also a link to the Kickstarter preview and their website. So thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys again and speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.